Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my mining and smithing beta video, and this is the second look at the beta. We are testing more accurate XP rates now. The XP rates of smithing haven't really changed, but the mining ones were changed quite dramatically. We're going to test those out, and hopefully we get more accurate XP rates for when it actually hits live. So let's get right into it. I want to test out the XP rates of every single stage of this process, just so I can get a rough idea of what's going to be good XP, what's going to be bad XP, and what's going to be like overpowered. And obviously the further up you get, the more it's going to cost you in bars, but the higher it alks for. It really depends on the bar value to see how much it's actually going to cost you in the live game. But I could see +5 costing a fair bit of money to make because it gives a really good amount of XP, but you'll probably profit on something like +1, even though it's very slow XP. So maybe you can sacrifice some efficient XP for some GP. And that's going to be interesting. Want to use superheat form? The reason why you use superheat form with all types of smithing nowadays is because while it's active, it makes smithing much more AFK, and it allows you to get more XP for longer. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to show you. So all you got to do is you activate your superheat form, you go to make it Elder Rune Platebody, you begin it, and you have heat up here. Normally when the heat reaches 2/3, you get less XP. But with superheat form on, it has to go down to 1/3 before you get less XP. And you just top it up on this forge. Not only does it make it so you get more XP for longer, it also makes the drain rate of this way slower. Always useful to use superheat form while making things. So now let's test our XP rate, shall we? Okay, so the base Elder Platebody seems very bad experience an hour. It's sitting at 70k experience an hour. It's not really changing, it's not really going up, it's not really going down. Literally nothing good to say about that, to be honest. I'm guessing you could probably make some money making Elder Platebodies, so depending on the GP, could see the XP being okay. But yeah, that's definitely not great. Now time to do the Elder Rune Platebody +1. So this is barely any more experience an hour, to be honest. It's like 13 to 15k more experience an hour. We're getting 84,000 experience an hour doing +1. It's not the best, but not the worst. 85k is better than 70k at least, so 15k more experience an hour doing this, but it's still not very good considering it requires level 90 to do. That's not great, but obviously it gets dramatically better when you go higher up, so hopefully when we go to +2 it's going to continue to increase nicely. Here we go, +2 Elder Rune. Let's do it. Reset our XP counter and start going again. This is the +2 Platebody, 130 to 135k experience an hour compared to the 85k we were getting at +1. That's a hell of a jump. So if it continues to jump like this, you can see how much it gets better and better and better the more pluses you go. Right, time for the +3, and let's reset our experience an hour and give this a test. +3 experience rates, it's changing between like 215 to 230k experience an hour, and then it's balancing around 220k-ish, which isn't too bad. Another big jump from +2 to +3. So then +4 and +5 should be some good XP rates, right? +4 Elder Rune Platebody, 440k experience an hour. That's very similar to current rates, right? And this is only the +4, which means +5 is going to be better than current rates. No idea how much this is going to cost. So we got to remember, it could cost money to get this 440k experience an hour, or you could profit a little bit, or you could break even. But I have a feeling that, smithing is going to be a little bit more expensive after the rework, but it's going to be more experience, especially when you get to +5, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm happy with 440k experience an hour for a +4. Now the part that I've definitely been waiting for. Elder Rune Platebodies +5. That's more like it. There we go. We're sitting between 780 to 800k experience an hour. It's slowly going down, I think. So it looks like it's going to even out about 780k. And I'm happy with 780k experience an hour. That's so much better. All right, +5 is going to be very nice experience. So now we just got to see how much it's going to cost on release, right? If it costs, $1 mil an hour, who cares? If it costs 5 mil an hour, is that really worth the 700k experience an hour when you used to make money? I don't know, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Oh my goodness. Okay then. So, burial armor is going to be stupid experience an hour. Let's take a look. Burial armor is the best experience by far. So we're getting over 1.2 million smithing experience an hour, and it may even push 1.3 and stay there. It looks like it's going to stay around 1.3, right? But the reason why it's so high is because you lose every single piece of armor and every single bar you've used so far. So you went from doing Elder Rune to Elder Rune +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. A +5 Elder Rune Platebody, it outs for 1.6 mil GP, which means it's not going to be worth any less than 1.6 mil. And if you make this, it uses up that 1.6 mil Platebody. That means that 1.6 mil Platebody is now gone. So is it worth it? Maybe, because its experience rates are super high, but the XP is going to be warranted with a very, very high GP cost. Yeah, there we go. We finished our Elder Rune Burial Platebody, and it's gone. It's all gone. All of our GP we spent is gone. I quite like the look of the Masterwork armor. The helm isn't great, but the rest of it's pretty nice. Like, you could just hide the helm. If you, like, take the helm off, and you got the rest of it, looks pretty stylish, looks pretty cool, I like it. The Masterwork looks better, because now it's got like the gold trim on the helm as well, so the helm looks a little bit better, and then the rest of it is proper nice and trimmed. You can actually trim armor in Runescape 3 now, feels good, man. I like it. Gemrocks are OP, apparently they've been nerfed. Let's take a look, give them a try. Let's see. So, Gemrocks, mine... Let's go get the Opportunity over here. Let's get our XP tracker on. Remember, we have bonus XP, so we have to halve all of our mining XP rates. Let's give them a try. We got skill chompers to increase our experience. We have, you know, urns, urn enhancer, perfect juju. We have all of our good stuff. We have a pickaxe, tier 90. We have everything. What the hell? The XP rates suck now, boys. Definitely not the best anymore. You don't get many gems at all. You can make a little bit of money from this. I guess on release, it might be fun to test out an hour and see how much GP you make, but you're mining them so much slower now. Even doing the Opportunities and everything, 180k experience an hour. Definitely nothing to write home about anymore. Right, now, time to test some rates with Seron Stones. So, around 230k experience an hour. Ooh. 230k experience an hour. Seron Stones right now are a bit more than that if I'm using chins and stuff. I really don't know what to feel when these are 230k experience an hour. It's kind of disappointing. I feel like maybe we could be saved with the new type of ore. The new type of ore might be better. So I'm going to pray about the new type of ore, but I'm going to go find some Alea Crablets and give those a try. So testing out Alea Crablets, around 300 to 325,000 experience an hour. That's including, you know, my skill chompers and stuff. But skill chompers really don't cost that much to use. Same with urns. It's worth using, and that's actually really, really neat. 325,000 experience an hour. Alea Crablets are currently about 300k if you use boosts and stuff. So it's not too much different. It's a little tiny bit better than what it is currently. And at least Alea Crablets are better now. And, you know, Seron Stones aren't quite as good, but I'll take Alea Crablets still being awesome. Thank you very much. They moved the Dark Anima Core rocks inside here where the tier 65 were for the empty throne room. I'm guessing they don't need them now with all of the other ores and stuff in the game. So they've just put them here instead. Every time you see a Opportunity and you click it, it's going to give you more XP. So hopefully it will be the most experience an hour in the game. Mine's going up and down at the moment, so going to give it a time to settle. Remember, I've got bonus XP here, so it won't actually be this amount. About 280k experience an hour for these. I mean, 280k is fine, but I'm clicking the Opportunities as well. I thought it'd be higher than that because they said it was going to be better XP than what's currently in the game. Whereas it's a bit less than Crablets, and Crablets are still more than this. Gonna go test out the Light Animica rocks because I feel like they're going to be the same. And if they are the same, then that's cool. Then we're going to test out some Rune and stuff like that and just see what's what. New best in slot XP rates. Maybe crystallizing Animica rocks. So we're going to have to test out the XP rates. Honestly, 450k experience an hour when crystallizing. Even if you're like semi-AFK and you miss a couple of Opportunities, if you can get like 400k experience an hour, that's going to be amazing. 400k experience an hour while mining semi-AFK and like 450k if you're fully active. I don't mind that. Although, the only downside is you don't get any of the new ore. So if you want the new ore, you're going to be looking at about 280k experience an hour because you won't be using crystallize. Very, very nice for you XP heads. Right, let's give Rune a test. We're going to do Rune without Crystallize, and then we're going to give it a try with Crystallize. And we'll see how much experience an hour we get for Rune. Not 100% sure how much it's going to be. Obviously, it's going to be really high right now because we did a rock opportunity. And obviously, every time you do a rock opportunity, it shoots up and then it goes back down. I think Rune is going to be quite good experience an hour, and I'm going to be quite surprised with how much XP we get with Rune. Because it seemed like it was going to be really, really promising. Even with those OP rates, it seemed pretty damn good. You know, we'll see what we can get with Rune. How are Rune Rocks better than Zeren Stones? I'm getting nearly 300k experience an hour doing Rune Rocks, clicking the rock opportunities without Crystallize, without anything. They're nearly 300k experience an hour, which means, you know, they're better than Zeren Stones. They are better than Animica Ore, because Animica Ore was 280k, and these are a little bit more than that. They're about 290 to 300k experience an hour. Runite Ore is better than Animica Ore. I know it's the beta and things are subject to change, so hopefully they'll change it a little bit, but Rune seems a bit too overpowered, being more than Animica. I guess it makes sense because Animica makes more money, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So crystallizing Runite has added a little bit of experience an hour onto it. Obviously, clicking our rock opportunities as well. We're getting around 350,000 experience an hour. Without crystallize, it was about 290k-ish. So it's added about 60k experience an hour on. That's not bad when you think about that. That's like 20% more experience an hour. 350k experience an hour crystallizing Runite is better than a layer crablets. So that is something to think about. Crystallizing Runite is better than Alea Crablets. Although, Alea Crablets are 5 minutes of AFK, crystallizing Runite is like 20 seconds of AFK. So, 20 seconds versus 5 minutes of AFK for like 5 to 10% more experience. I definitely would take Alea Crablets still. But that's a cool thing to know. 350k, crystallizing Runite. Let's try the Concentraited Gold, right? So around 175k experience an hour with urns and everything at Concentrated Gold. You get a hell of a lot of gold every dig though. You get 5, so that's pretty insane. But the experience being only 175k experience an hour isn't great. And the gold isn't exactly worth tons and tons, so you're not going to make loads and loads of money here. You're going to make a little bit, which is cool, but you're not going to make enough to make it, you know, super overpowered. Time to test out the sandstone in Menaphos. Let's give it a try. With all of my buffs and everything, obviously I'm using skill chompers, things like that, and I'm clicking the rock opportunities. I'm getting between 100 and like 85 to 195,000 experience an hour. That's not bad. 195,000 experience an hour at top tier. That's pretty good. Although if you just AFK this, you're only going to look at about 130, 140k. But still, that's okay. Obviously, I'm using like good buffs and stuff, but nearly 200k experience while being active with skill chompers and stuff. It's pretty fast for Menaphos mining. Let's take a look at the gem rocks here. I don't know what I'm going to get gem rock wise, and I'll test out the XP rates too. Around 180k experience an hour from these gemstones, but they normally should give like red topaz, opals, jades, stuff for silver jewelry for Iron Men, but they're only giving diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. So this is kind of strange. It might be an oversight on Jagex's part. If anyone from Jagex is watching right now, then maybe it's something you guys can look into, because I know a lot of Iron Men like their silver jewelry and they use these rocks for them. The XP rates are really, really nice, being 180k an hour, but the fact that they don't give any of those secondary style of gems is kind of bad for Iron Men's. Maybe Jagex wanted it so these sedimentary geodes give the lower tier ones. They can give them, but then they give all of these as well. So maybe it's going to be too hard for Iron Men to get the gems. I'm not sure, dude. I don't know. It feels like Iron Men are going to struggle getting those secondary tier gems. So now, we're going to test out 4 ticking rates for mining. If you click every single time you get an XP drop, you 4-tick mine. So I'm going to test out 4-tick mining and tell you guys the rates. I'm going to do it for Zeren Stones, Alea Crablets, and Animica Ore. So let's give it a try and see what we can get XP-wise. 270k experience an hour is what we're getting right now while 4-ticking. You know that you're 4-ticking because you can see your animation reset every time. And what you can see is there's green little dots come off the stone. That means you're successfully doing it. You can see my animation is getting reset every single time as well. Look, boop. My shield comes out and everything is resetting every time. But it's just, it's 270k experience an hour while 4-ticking. That just seems terrible. I don't know why Zeren Stones seem so bad for some reason, but obviously I'm 4-ticking this, which means I'm clicking every single time I get an XP drop, and we're getting about 360k experience an hour. We were getting around, you know, 300k-ish experience an hour before, so now 360k while 4-ticking. I'll take that. That's pretty nice. It's decent. 360k while just chilling, 4-ticking on the arc. Not bad. Now let's try the king of XP. Let's try the Animica ore. So looking at the light Animica rocks, I'm clicking all the rock opportunities and I'm 4-ticking them, and we're getting around 350,000 experience an hour. So we're not crystallizing, we're not using light form, we're not using any of that, and we're getting around, you know, 350k experience an hour, and we're getting ore while doing this. So this is the most efficient way to get the ore because you're mining it faster as well. So yeah, I would definitely advise 4-ticking if you're not AFKing. You can get a decent amount of ore an hour, and 350k experience an hour is better than anything currently in game. So that's actually really cool. Using Crystallize on these Animica rocks and 4-ticking them can push around 500k experience an hour. Doing Crystallize normally is around 400k experience an hour. If you're like maximum efficiency, I reckon you could do 500k for a full hour. But for me, I'm not doing it like the best possible. I was getting around 475k experience an hour. So that's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. All in all, I'm very happy with the mining and smithing beta rates. This is the second look. Like I said, these rates are way more accurate and way more up to date. I'm very happy with the smithing rates. I'm very happy with the mining rates. The only thing I would say is Seren Stones seem a bit lackluster. Other than the Seren Stones, everything else seems very good, and I'm very excited. Give the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for loads of future RS3 content, and until next time, see ya.